F1 transfer news. Mercedes signed Fernando Alonso. Daniel Ricciardo returns to racing. Formula One's driver market has exploded with fresh intrigue after a former Mercedes engineer revealed a stunning internal push to sign Fernando Alonso following Lewis Hamilton's exit. At the same time, Daniel Ricciardo has reignited speculation over a future return to racing with a cryptic "never say never" message that has fans wondering if the Australian story is truly over. Formula One's transfer market is once again dominating headlines after claims emerged that Mercedes seriously considered Fernando Alonso as Lewis Hamilton's replacement before ultimately promoting Kimi Antonelli. The revelation came from former Mercedes engineer Jose Manuel Galán, who described an extraordinary meeting inside the Brackley factory shortly after Hamilton announced his shock move to Ferrari for the 2025 season. According to Galán, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff gathered staff members and asked them to react to a list of available drivers by raising their hands if they wanted that driver to join the team. What followed, he said, left the room stunned. He started naming drivers one by one, Galán recalled. There were names like Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, and even Kimi Antonelli. But the room was mostly silent. The atmosphere reportedly changed when Carlos Sainz's name was mentioned, with a small number of staff members reacting positively. But it was Fernando Alonso's name that allegedly transformed the room completely. When Toto said Fernando Alonso, every hand in the factory went up, Galán claimed. It was an incredible moment. The entire room reacted immediately. The story is particularly striking given Alonso's long and complicated history with Mercedes-powered teams, dating back to his intense rivalry with Lewis Hamilton during their famous 2007 McLaren season. Galán admitted that Alonso had often been viewed as a major obstacle by Mercedes personnel throughout the years. "We spent years criticizing Alonso because he was always taking podiums away from us," he said. Then suddenly, everyone wanted him driving for Mercedes. It was honestly unbelievable to witness. Despite the overwhelming support described in the meeting, Mercedes eventually decided to place its trust in Antonelli, who has quickly emerged as one of the breakout stars of the 2026 season. The young Italian currently leads the championship standings and appears to have justified Wolff's long-term gamble. Still, the revelation about Alonso will inevitably fuel speculation about how different Formula One's current landscape might have looked had Mercedes chosen experience over youth. Meanwhile, another familiar face could also be preparing for an unexpected return to racing. Daniel Ricciardo has refused to completely close the door on a comeback after stepping away from Formula One following his abrupt Racing Bulls exit in 2024. Speaking on Connor Daly's Speed Street podcast, Ricciardo admitted he initially needed distance from motorsport after the emotional ending to his F1 career. "At the end of my career, I was asking myself why I loved racing in the first place," Ricciardo explained. "I felt like I needed to step away for a while." However, the 8-time Grand Prix winner said reconnecting with racing from the outside has gradually restored his passion for the sport. "Going back to races and experiencing it differently helped me build a healthier relationship with racing again," he said. When asked directly about the possibility of returning to competition, Ricciardo delivered the answer that will immediately excite fans across the motorsport world. "Never say never," he said. The Australian made it clear, however, that any future comeback would not be driven by a desperate attempt to chase championships or prove himself again. "If I ever race again, it would be because it's fun," Ricciardo explained. "I don't feel like I need trophies anymore. I don't need to prove anything." Instead, Ricciardo now values enjoyment over pressure, something he believes can sometimes disappear in elite-level motorsport. "Sometimes the obsession with results can take away the joy," he added. "If I do something again, I want it to be something I genuinely enjoy." Since leaving Formula One, Ricciardo has focused heavily on expanding his Enchante brand, while also becoming a brand ambassador for Ford. That connection has naturally sparked speculation about whether the popular Australian could eventually appear in other categories linked to Ford's growing motorsport programs, including endurance racing or NASCAR-related projects. For now, Ricciardo insists he is happy with life away from the Formula One spotlight. But in a sport where retirements rarely stay permanent for long,
his latest comments are unlikely to quiet speculation anytime soon.